The theory of loose parts states that in any environment, both the degree of inventiveness and creativity and the possibility of discovery are directly proportional to the number and kind of variables in it. The theory was laid out in a seminal article by architect-artist Simon Nicholson in 1971. He emphasized the importance of giving top priority to environments for children. Since then, his recommendations have been embraced by many in the field of early childhood education. They have also been applauded by the nature education movement, and their influence may be seen in the growth of interactive exhibits at museums. Let's take a closer look at the theory of loose parts. Essentially, Nicholson was applying constructivist learning theory to the design of the environment. He supported his theory with research establishing effectiveness of the discovery method of learning. Nicholson pointed to the evidence that all children love to interact with variables such as materials and shapes, smells, magnetism and gravity, sounds, music, and motion. The list goes on. These variables are what he called loose parts, and he claimed it was significant that they were missing from many of the institutions of our society, including schools, that our establishments, being clean, static, and impossible to play around with, did not support the kind of learning he considered essential. What was this kind of learning? Well, Nicholson was outraged that our society reserved creativity for the gifted few. He considered it a cultural myth that some people were more creative than others, a lie that was perpetuated by our educational system. He felt that much of the community had been deprived of their birthright to be creative, that children and non-professionals had been cheated out of the fun. Nicholson's article proposes that society should not be content to let only very few of their members realize their creative potential, that we should build a society where individuals and communities have greater control over the loose parts for constructing their environment. Recent trends suggest we may be moving in this direction. Engaging learners in creative play is spilling beyond the bounds of preschool and nature programming. It is evidenced by the rapid growth of tinkering studios and makerspaces. And interestingly, the phenomenon, though originally construed to involve physical loose parts, may be observed within the virtual world of technology. Here, we see gaming becoming a viable option for learning. And when we consider Nicholson's dictum that communities must have greater control over constructing their environment, it doesn't take long to see parallels to the free and open source software movement. Nicholson cited the tendency for empowered community action to evolve from narrow to broad, from building parks, for example, to designing cities. He thus demonstrated the potential made possible by creative control. Similarly, open source, itself a stake in creative ownership, has been diffusing from focus on software to wider cultural effect. The theory of loose parts constructs a bridge between learning and the design of the learning environment. The environment it addresses is a physical one, filled with variable physical objects. But what if some learning environments are non-physical, i.e., the information architecture of the virtual learning environment? Does the theory of loose parts apply here as well? This is where Nicholson's theory becomes very relevant to instructional designers. Nicholson's goal was to empower his learners to be creators. As such, he questioned just how much of the learning environment should be designed and how much should be left for learners to create. Adapting this perspective to the virtual environment raises questions. What are loose parts in a digital space? How can we provide an environment to be tailored by the user? How do we form objectives in the presence of loose parts? At a deeper level, the theory of loose parts gives reason to contemplate the future context of our work. According to Nicholson, educational systems of the future would take learners into the community and allow community members access to learning facilities. Does instructional design technology have a role in helping to bring this about? Is it possible that partnering learning with technology could liberate classrooms to become fully loose parts places? There's lots to think about. Let's hope we can be creative.